All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that trips up a lot of people in the IELTS exam, geography vocabulary. But don't worry, we're going to take those tricky words and turn them into powerful, high-scoring sentences that you can actually use. So, have you ever been in the exam and a question about climate or terrain pops up and your mind just goes blank? Yeah? Well, I promise, you are not alone. It's a super common hurdle, but it's one we are going to clear together right now. And here's our game plan. It's a simple 3-step process. First, we're going to nail down the essential words you just have to know. Then, we'll see them in action and review how they're used. And finally, the best part, we'll build amazing sentence patterns with them. By the end of this, you'll feel way more confident about any geography topic. Okay, part 1. Let's start with the absolute basics. Think of these words as the Lego bricks of geography. You need these foundational pieces before you can build anything impressive. Getting these right is step 1. First up, latitude. Let's get the pronunciation right. Latitude. Now, the easiest way to remember this and not get it mixed up with longitude is the super simple trick. Just think, latitude is flat. Picture those flat, horizontal lines going across a map. Easy, right? So where might this word actually pop up? Well, in the listening test, you might hear about a rescue mission pinpointing a location, or scientists tracking animal migration. And for your writing, it's perfect for explaining why some countries are hot and others are cold. And here's what it looks like in a real sentence. The ship's position was recorded at a latitude of 40 degrees north. See how clean and precise that is? That's exactly the kind of academic language you'll find in the IELTS test. Next, we have a word you definitely know, the equator, pronounced equator. You know, it's that big imaginary belt that wraps around the middle of the Earth, dividing it into north and south. Now, when you hear equator, your brain should immediately connect it to other words like tropical and humid. Using these related words together shows the examiner that you have a rich vocabulary, especially when you're writing about big topics like climate change. Okay, our third core term is altitude. A-L-T-T-U-D-E. This one isn't about where you are on a map, but how high up you are. We're talking about height above sea level. You are most likely going to bump into altitude in reading passages. Think about articles on mountaineering, or plants that only grow way up high, or the challenges of something called altitude sickness. It's a key word for any science-based text. All right, solid work. We've got our core terms down. Now, let's level up. These next words are what I like to call booster words. They are super versatile, and you can use them across all sorts of topics to make your English sound way more academic and impressive. Now, don't just glance at this table. This thing is a gold mine. For example, instead of saying something is important, you can say it had a significant impact. Or instead of saying a part of the land, you can describe a distinctive feature. See the difference? This is how you really upgrade your vocabulary. So, we've got the core words and the academic boosters. Now for the fun part. Let's review how they all come together in actual IELTS-style questions. This is where theory gets real. Just listen to this example from a speaking part 2. Did you catch how it blends altitude and latitude with words like feature and significant? That last line, "it made a significant impression on me," is so much more powerful than just saying, "I really liked it." This is what a high-scoring answer sounds like. Now let's check out a writing sample. You can see words like impact, potential, and significant all working together. We're even bringing back equator. This is how you combine your vocabulary to build a really strong, convincing argument. Okay, this brings us to the most powerful part of our whole session. Knowing the words is great, but knowing how to weave them into beautifully structured sentences, that's the real game changer. Let's learn some patterns you can start using today. Just read this sentence. It flows so well, right? It's clear, it's academic, and it perfectly explains a cause and effect link. But the big question is, how do you come up with a sentence like this yourself, especially under exam pressure? Well, here's the secret. It's a formula. The basic structure is, topic has had a describing word impact on another thing, especially in more detail. You can just plug your own ideas into this template. It's like a shortcut to a high-level sentence. Here is another incredible pattern. This one is perfect for describing a place. This sentence is just packed with great vocabulary and sounds so professional. It's a fantastic tool for both the speaking and writing tests. And if we look under the hood again, the structure is pretty simple. You start with a location or condition, situated at a high altitude, and then you describe the place and its features. It's a powerful framework for making your descriptions really come to life. And for our last pattern, this one is for making a balanced argument, which is crucial in writing task 2. You show the examiner you can see both sides. You start with, while one side is true, and then you present the other perspective. The other side cannot be ignored. Oh, and here's one more little bonus phrase. It's so simple, but so effective. Anytime you want to introduce a really important point, just start your sentence with, "It is significant to note that." Instantly, you sound more academic and authoritative. Whew. Okay, we've covered a lot. Core words, booster words, and these amazing sentence patterns. But none of this matters if you don't practice it. So let's talk about a simple, actionable plan for what you can do next. Make this your daily habit. Seriously, it only takes a few minutes. First, just create a few sentences using the new words. Then, grab 2 of the sentence patterns we just learned and use them to talk about something you know, like your hometown. Active practice like this is what makes it stick. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Think about those sentence patterns we just went over. Which one could you use right now to write one single powerful sentence about the place where you live? Don't just think about it. Go on, give it a try. You've got this.